Hi friends, today we are going to start with matrices. In the last lesson we have seen what is linear transformation and how we can form a transformation matrix, right? In this module we are going to discuss about different kinds of matrices. Okay, so this is the linear equations that we can represent in the matrix form that we have seen in the last lecture. Okay, now we can have different types of matrices. That is, one is square matrices. Number of rows and number of columns are equal. Okay, so number of columns and number of, so this is a 1 2 3 4, this is a 2 by 2, so 2 number of column is 2 and number of row is 2, so this is a 2 by 2 matrix, square matrix, and this is a 3 by 3 square matrix. Okay, now what is diagonal matrix? Diagonal matrix is only diagonal elements will exist, remaining all other element is 0. So this is an example. Okay, so you can write 1 2 3, remaining all element is 0, so this is a diagonal matrix. Okay, so that means I not equal to j, that means the element is 0, only a11, a22, a33, so diagonal element only will exist. Okay, now next is identity matrix. Okay, identity matrix means the diagonal matrix in which all the diagonal elements are unity. That means diagonal is a diagonal matrix, only we have diagonal elements, but all the diagonal elements are unity. Okay, so this is 3 by 3 identity matrix, this is 2 by 2 identity matrix. Okay, now another matrix is scalar matrix. What is scalar matrix? Diagonal element with all diagonal elements are equal. Okay, so scalar matrix, identity matrix is a scalar matrix, right? Because all diagonal element is unity, that is equal. Okay, so here any elements can come, but the diagonal elements all are equal. Such a diagonal matrix we can call it as scalar matrix. Okay, if you take 5 out, you can write it as 5i. Okay, so all scalar matrix you can write as the product of a scalar and an identity matrix. Okay, now triangular matrix. Okay, triangular matrix means either above or below the main diagonal are all 0. Okay, so this we have two types. Upper triangular, see, so uh, the you can see here all the elements above the diagonal, that is exist, and below the diagonal the all element is 0. So this kind of matrix you can call it as upper triangular, and here you can see all the element above the diagonal element, that is 0, and only exist below the diagonal. Okay, that is a lower triangular matrix. Okay, so this is lower triangular matrix. Okay, now another kind of matrix is nilpotent matrix. What is nilpotent? Nilpotent, suppose you have a matrix, you take some power of this matrix, that is a cube, a raised to 4. Suppose a matrix, a non-zero matrix, when you take the power may be anything. Okay, that is any number, that is 1 2 3 4 5 etc. So if that is 0, then such a matrix we can call it as nilpotent matrix. Okay, see, and that power, the particular power p value, that p value in which this a raised to p is equal to 0, that is that p we can call it as index of nilpotent matrix. Index of nilpotent matrix. Okay, now another interesting property is, if you have a nilpotent matrix, the trace of such matrix is always 0. Okay, what is trace? Trace is the sum of diagonal element. Okay, that we are already going to discuss after this. Suppose you have a matrix like this, what is the trace of this matrix? Okay, trace of a matrix is sum of diagonal element, that is 1 plus trace of a is equal to, if this is a trace of a is equal to 1 plus 2 plus 3, that is 6. Sum of diagonal element is the trace of the matrix. Now here you have a matrix A. When you find A square, that is A square is equal to 0. Okay, A square is equal to 0 means the index of this nilpotent matrix is 2. Okay, so here if you multiply this A square not equal to 0, you can find the A square from it. I am not interested to that all are you know in the lower classes. Okay, so A is equal to this matrix, so A cube is equal to 0, right? A cube is equal to 0 means the index of nilpotent matrix is 3. Now see here these all are nilpotent matrix. What is the trace? 0 plus 0 0, 0 plus 0 plus 0 0, and this is also another another nilpotent matrix. Suppose you add 5 plus 4 9 plus minus 9, that is equal to 0. So trace here also 0. So this is a very important property. The trace of a nilpotent matrix is always 0. Okay. Now next one is periodic matrix. Okay. See, suppose you have a matrix A, and if you assign a number A raised to P plus 1 is equal to, you will get the same matrix A. Okay. A into A raised to P. So A raised to P plus 1 you can write as the matrix. Suppose you have a matrix A, then A raised to P into the same matrix A, that is equal to, you are getting A. Okay, that means this A raised to P, okay, this this matrix A is periodic. Okay, now P is the least, so the least value of this P, okay, that is such that the this equation will satisfy. A raised to P plus 1 is equal to A. That P we can call it as period of that particular matrix. Okay, suppose you have a matrix like this. When you find A cube is equal to I, okay, A cube is equal to I. So A cube is equal to I means this A raised to P is equal to, okay, see you are getting A cube is equal to I, so that is A raised to, so this A and A will cancel, though, then in a periodic matrix A raised to P is equal to I, right? So this A raised to P is equal to I means here A raised to P plus 1 is I. Okay, A raised to P plus 1 is actually A, then A raised to P into this A raised to 1, that is A. So A raised to P is equal to I. That means here 3 corresponding to 2 plus 1. So the period is 2. Period is 2, right? So that is all about the periodic matrix. Okay. Now let us go to involuntary matrix. What is involuntary matrix? What is involuntary matrix? See, suppose you have a matrix A, then A square you are getting I. A square is equal to I. Okay, that corresponds to then the matrix A is said to be involuntary. Suppose this matrix, suppose you have a 2 by 2 matrix is here. So you can make some condition that it should be involuntary because this its square should be equal to I. So what is the square? So let us write this matrix A, B, C minus A. Again, that is A square is equal to I. That is A, B, C minus A. So A into A square, B into minus A, that is minus AB. Again, A into B, that is AB, and this is minus BA. Okay, so here again CA, right? CA minus CA, and here again this BC minus A square. Okay, BC minus A square, right? So this element, that is BC plus A square, right? Multiple plus A square. Okay, so A square. So if this is, so this is equal to 0 and this is equal to 0. So if this should be equal to I, then only it is involuntary. So that condition is, you can impose two condition. A square minus AB is equal to 1 and A square plus BC is equal to 1. So this both conditions should be satisfied. So here this matrix is involuntary. When A square plus BC plus 1, this should be equal to 1, or you can say this also equal to 1. Okay. Oh, here I have a mistake, right? A into A square plus B into, so first matrix also this is BC, right? So we have only one condition, A square plus BC is equal to 1. Okay. And the last matrix BC plus A square. Okay. So here there is a multiplication error. So A square plus BC is equal to 1. That is the condition when this matrix should be equal to involuntary. Okay. Now we can have the familiar matrix in quantum mechanics, that is Polispin matrices, right? These all are involuntary matrix. So if you take the square of this, square of this, and square of this, these all are Polispin matrices. Okay. When we discuss about the quantum mechanics angular momentum chapter, in that chapter we will discuss about Polispin matrices. Okay. Spin angular momentum matrices. Okay. That is, when you find the square of these all matrices, you will get I. Okay, so these all are involuntary. Okay. Now let us go to another matrix, transpose of matrix, symmetric matrix. Okay, symmetric matrix means, suppose if you find a matrix transpose, you are getting the same matrix, then you can say that is symmetric matrices. And a skew symmetric matrix means, if you find the transpose of a matrix, you are getting negative of the same matrix. That is, we can call it as skew symmetric matrices. Okay. Now what is Hermitian matrices? What is Hermitian matrix? Okay. Hermitian matrix means, if you have a matrix and if you take the conjugate of that, okay, then if you take the conjugate of the same matrix and then take transpose, you are getting the same transpose. What is conjugate of a matrix? Okay, so let us show you one example how to do this. So here we have one example. See, you have a matrix, suppose A, B plus IC, B minus IC, A. Okay, this is a matrix A. So what is the Hermitian matrix? This is A. What is the Hermitian matrix means? Okay, if you find, if it is Hermitian, this matrix is Hermitian means, see, if you take the conjugate of this, conjugate means the imaginary number changes its sign. That means that is A conjugate. What is A conjugate? A conjugate I can write as A. This is become B minus IC. Sign will change. Here this become B plus IC. This become A itself. Now if you find transpose of this, right, you will get A, B plus IC and B minus IC, A. This is equal to our initial matrix, right? So I can write this is equal to A. So if this condition satisfied, then you can say this A is Hermitian matrix. That means its conjugate transpose is equal to the same matrix, right? Okay. Now let us go to skew Hermitian. Okay. So if you find conjugate transpose, then instead of getting the same matrix, you are getting negative of that matrix. Then you can call it as skew Hermitian matrix. Okay, that is skew Hermitian matrix. Okay. Now what is orthogonal matrix? Orthogonal matrix, suppose you have a matrix O. Okay, a matrix O, and then you are going to take the transpose of that. Then O into O transpose is equal to I. That we can call it as orthogonal matrix. Now what is unitary matrix? Okay, unitary matrix means, if you take a matrix U that is said to be unitary, see, if you multiply the particular matrix into its transpose conjugate, that means transpose conjugate. Transpose conjugate we can represent like this. Okay. Okay, this means conjugate, suppose U is the matrix, then U conjugate whole transpose. Okay, so this represent transpose conjugate. Okay, so if you have a matrix U and you are multiplying with it its transpose conjugate, then you are getting I, then you can say this is unitary matrix. This unitary matrix we are going to study, discuss in special unitary group. When we are discussing about group theory, there we will discuss special unitary matrix SO3 and SO2 group unitary matrix. Okay, and also this Hermitian matrix has wide importance in quantum mechanics. There we consider the Hermitian operators. Okay, in Hilbert space we take the matrix in the Hermitian format. Okay, that all we will discuss there. Okay, now now we will discuss about this Hermitian matrix little bit detail in the next class. Okay, thank you.